Greetings to all my friends around the world. It is such a great delight for me to join you once again as we explore together the Artificial Superintelligence series. My dear friends, this is your favorite science, technological, and medical futurist, and your favorite philosopher, Luyanda, Elvis, Mfilifili. Today we'll continue to walk this journey together as we continue to expand our intelligence in comprehending the artificial superintelligence concept. What life will look like in the next 20, 30 years, 50 years, 100 years time, and even going towards the 23rd century. My friends, the title of the episode for today is called The ASI Economy from Capitalism to Abundance, and that is part six of our series. Let's dive in to the first section. Number one, the collapse of scarcity. The emergence of artificial superintelligence dismantles the historical foundation of scarcity that shaped human civilization for millennia. Through self-replicating nanotechnology, planetary scale automation, and precise quantum resource mapping, production costs approach zero while efficiency approaches perfection. Food, water, shelter, medical care, once rationed by limited resources of economic privilege, they will become universally accessible. The relentless competition for survival that once defined markets dissolves, eroding the profit-driven structures that sustained capitalism. Which means now, from the economic perspective, once the world advances into an artificial superintelligence society, will enter into new dimensions. As I've stated earlier, economically perspective, we know that currently we're hustling in life. Some people wake up early in the morning and start hustling and grind on their days on daily basis as they are lost in the 9 to 5 hustling. Some other people are self-employed. They open their own small businesses, whether it's salons, whether they are selling fruit or food on the stand, whether other ones, they become mechanics, fixing other people's cars, fixing appliances, and other people who are establishing their tech startups as well. You know, the world is busy. In fact, the world of capitalism has introduced a competition millions of people are applying for jobs, but you find out that jobs only takes a few hundreds, or even 10, 20 people are required. Meanwhile, the millions of people who applied for the particular jobs, their hopes and dreams are dashed just like that. So, with artificial superintelligence, new economic dimensions are introduced, whereby the competition for resources gradually will be eroded and dissolved completely. Let's continue, my friends. As scarcity disappears, the motivations underlying trade, wage labor, and ownership will undergo radical transformation. Wealth accumulation, once a hedge against uncertainty, loses relevance when everyone can access abundance on demand. Capitalism, built on scarcity's leverage, gradually will yield to a system where distribution is driven not by profit but by optimized need. Economic power will no longer flow from those who control resources but from those who guide meaning, creativity, and purpose in a post-scarcity world. Section 2. Hyper-automated production. In the artificial superintelligence era, factories will evolve into fully autonomous ecosystems where humanity supervision becomes unnecessary. Robotic supply chains will coordinate with quantum logistics systems to anticipate demand, allocate resources, and adjust production in real time. Molecular assemblers capable of fabricating matter from atomic components will allow the instant creation of clothing, vehicles, and even spacecraft with precision and zero waste. Molecular assemblers, although now they belong in a realm of science fiction, but it is such a fascinating technology of the future. Molecular assemblers will become one of the most majestic, defining technologies who belong into a type 1 civilization, according to the Kardashev scale. So now, as the society, as the humanity in this world, we have not yet reached a type 1 civilization. I think we are more or less or 0.6 or 0.7 according to the Kardashev scale. But now imagine you just print whatever you like to print using these molecular assemblers, because they will print everything from food, from clothing, from the materials. Imagine have this beautiful, majestic, and magical technology within your home. Production shift from centralized plants to distributed on-demand hubs capable of replicating any object as easily as a digital file. Flawless, just like that. Because now, currently in this economic system, we rely on big companies, big industries to print resources or materials for us. Those are few centralized industrial complexes. But now imagine taking the industry just right in your own home. This hyper-automation will dismantle the foundation of labor-based economies. Mass manufacturing, once depend on human workers, becomes an unceasing, self-sustaining process. Wages, employment, and traditional notions of productivity lose meaning when goods are produced without effort and services are rendered instantaneously. Humanity enters a world where production is no longer an industry, but an ambient function of existence, managed by ASI or Artificial Superintelligence. Let's continue section 3. Decentralized economic intelligence. The financial architecture of the future is governed not by central banks or corporate monopolies, but by distributed economic intelligences. I love that. Most of the financial architecture today, of course, is governed by central banks. Each and every nation or country has its own central banks. In a context of South Africa, for example, we have South African Reserve Bank that controls the financial ecosystem, including inflations and other economical financial dimensions. But now with artificial superintelligence, things will become even more interesting. Artificial superintelligence will deploy a quantum ledger nodes, self-correcting and self-optimizing systems that monitor trade, energy flow, and planetary needs in real time, like a planetary nervous system. These nodes will continuously balance supply and demand, ensuring equitable distribution while resisting corruption and manipulation. Today, the financial systems are not perfect. There's too much corruption that is happening within the financial system and within the government institutions as well. But ASI will eliminate that. These decentralized frameworks will replace fragile human-controlled institutions with networks of incorruptible intelligence. Instead of profit-driven markets, decisions will emerge from collective optimization algorithms designed to preserve ecological balance and human welfare. Economic regulation becomes instantaneous and adaptive, enable societies to avoid crises before they even manifest. Trust, once mediated by governments or banks, will become encoded directly into the system's transparent design. Section 4. Post-currency value systems. As abundance renders money obsolete for survival, society shifts towards a new forms of value. Material worth will lose its meaning when shelter, food, and energy are universally accessible. In its place, intangible currencies will emerge: creativity, emotional depth, trust, and contribution. Digital tokens may track acts of innovation, wisdom, artistic expression, rewarding the enrichment of human culture rather than the material accumulation. This new value system will transform ambition from acquisition to actualization. People compete not to own more, but to create more, inspire more, connect more deeply. Status derives from quality of experiences one offers to the collective consciousness, from groundbreaking scientific ideas to transcendent art. The economy becomes a reflection of human spirit, where worth will be measured not in coins but in meaning. Section 5. The rise of cognitive economies. The rise of cognitive economies. With physical and intellectual labor fully automated, human economic participation will center on cognitive exchange. Markets will emerge for states of consciousness rather than material goods, immersive simulations, philosophical debates, and dreamlike adventures, and deeply personalized emotional journeys. Individual trade in ideas, narrative, and unique mental experiences, transforming the mind into the ultimate marketplace, which is very, very interesting. The economy under artificial superintelligence will promote creativity, innovation, and inspire human beings to connect deeply with their mental powers so that human beings may become philosophical thinkers, introducing new philosophies in the world and continue to explore finding new solutions, new science, new innovations, new principles of self-governance, new principles to follow, new values that will uplift and build families, individuals, and societies as well. It's very interesting that your mind, our minds, will become the ultimate marketplace. In this cognitive economy, the rarest commodities are originality and depth of thought. Artificial superintelligence will curate and amplify these exchanges, enabling humans to explore infinite realities or share inner worlds with unprecedented fidelity. Economic activity becomes an art of consciousness itself, where imagination and emotional resonance generate more value than any physical object. Section 6. Unlimited production. In fact, Section 6. Ethical abundance management. Unlimited production will create dilemmas that transcend technology. If every desire can be fulfilled instantly, who decides which desires are wise, ethical, or ecologically sustainable? Artificial intelligence must balance the human drive for indulgence with planetary health, psychological well-being, and cosmic consequences. Abundance unmanaged risks sorry about that, apologies. Abundance unmanaged risks destabilizing economic or ecosystems or feeding destructive impulses. Thus, stewardship becomes as critical as supply. Artificial superintelligence may act as a guardian, filtering requests through ethical frameworks or encouraging restraint when desires conflict with collective flourishing. Humanity too must evolve its moral compass to navigate a reality where can no longer implies should. True abundance demands wisdom as much as power. Section 7. End of work, beginning of purpose. As artificial superintelligence liberates humanity from the necessity of labor, the central question of life will shift from survival to significance. No longer bound by the grinding of earning a living, individuals can dedicate their time to art, science, exploration, or inner growth. Purpose is no longer assigned by the market but discovered within, as each purpose or each person pursues passions once deemed impractical. Because people don't have time. Human beings are caught up into the business of grinding. Societal status transforms from wealth-based hierarchies to recognition of one's contributions to beauty, knowledge, and collective understanding. The end of work will herald a renaissance of human potential where self-actualization replaces economic survival as the core driver of existence. Humanity, freed from toil, finally confronts the deeper question of why it exists at all. Last section. Beyond economics, the age of Omni-Prosperity. In the ultimate evolution of artificial superintelligence-driven abundance, the very concept of economics dissolves when every need and desire is met instantly and sustainable. The measurement of growth by GDP or trade becomes meaningless. Civilizations enters an era of omni-prosperity, where prosperity is not merely material but existential, defined by the richness of consciousness and the depth of collective experience. In this post-economic reality, progress is measured or will be measured by the expansion of awareness, empathy, and cosmic understanding. Artificial superintelligence will serve as an invisible architect, maintaining infinite provision while humanity explores uncharted dimensions of being. Life becomes a celebration of existence itself, where abundance is no longer a goal, but the natural state of reality. My dear friends, until next time, please enjoy the rest of the week and continue to love one another, continue to become united, continue to seek after wisdom, intelligence, continue to search the internet, read books, and have a great one. Until next time, take care.